Welcome to Vibe for Five Friday. You guys already know what time it is. It is the best weekend wind down you have ever endured. I know you guys are used to me sitting down back here and speaking with you, but I want you to know how imperative this conversation is. I want to stand up here and I want to get up close and personal with you guys. First off, it is the best weekend wind down you have ever endured. I don't know, you get like a dopamine fix from this. You're going to feel that energetic burst. You're going to feel ready to dive into the next week. You're going to feel ready to elevate your life. And, that's what I'm here for. All right? I hope you guys had an amazing week. If you didn't, we already know the routine, man. Negative and positive balances are a part of life. And if you do take that hit, what do? We take that hit, we regroup, and we get to work. Because we are solution-oriented, not problem-oriented. The problem's going to be there, but as long as we stay stagnant, the problem's going to always be there. You have to move on to the solution regardless. So we might as well get to it. Okay? Today, what I want to talk about is, I was sitting around and I was thinking, why aren't there more entrepreneurs? We have so many talents. We have so many gifts. What is the thing that's stopping us from actually getting out there and doing it? And it hit me, since we were a young age, life was lived with systems and the blueprint was already laid out for us. And that happens when we get our first job or we get jobs as well. When you get hired, they already have the system. They already have the blueprint. But yet when you're an entrepreneur, you have to create that system. You have to create that blueprint on your own. Okay? So I think that kind of, put a little fear in us or whatever. So, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for that. If you come into my coaching program, I plan, you progress. I plan, you prosper. All right? That's going to be the logo. I plan, you prosper. All right? I get out there, I lay the blueprint down. We figure out what you want to do. Step by step, I come up with the plan. And you run with it. And you prosper and you make it happen or whatever. So that's the thing that puts the fear in us, the actual system of making it happen. Because, a lot of people aren't self-sufficient or whatever. But if you have somebody laying it out for you, it makes it a little bit easier. I wanted to go with a guaranteed paycheck or whatever. But if you're even thinking about starting your own business, you have guaranteed ability. You have a guaranteed product or whatever, unless you wouldn't even be thinking about it, unless you knew you had something that you believed in. So it's the system. It's day by day. They tell us what time to clock in, what time to clock out. When you first get hired, they tell you step by step of how to get the job done or whatever. If you have somebody else doing that for you, we'll actually have more entrepreneurs. And that's my gift. That's what I like to do. And that's what I'm here for. So that's my slogan. I plan, you prosper, man. We have too many gifts. Too many gifts. Most of us who have these gifts, we're better than people who have corporations. We're better than businesses that's already set up. But it's that fear of being uncomfortable, the fear of the unknown. But what can you say when you have someone that knocks down the unknown? I get rid of the unknown for you. I give you the step by step. If I don't know what to do for the next step, I research it. I figure it out. I find somebody who's already doing it and I reach out to them and we get them to, give the input to get, to help out. So, that takes away from that. So we don't have to worry about not knowing the system. We don't have to worry about the blueprint not being laid out. All right. So, that's what I'm here for. That's my gift. But we have to get out here and do these things, man. I always say that we have to get out here and fulfill our purpose. God didn't put that into you for no reason. God told me if I help people, I would never want for anything. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for, to help you use that gift and you find abundance in it. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to work. All right. I hope you guys listen to this week's episode on Tuesday. I hope you listen to it. It was a very powerful episode. It was called Versatile Pain. You and I are not the same. My pain and your pain are not the same. How you process pain and how I process pain is not the same. So when I tell you what I'm going through, have a little compassion, have a little empathy or whatever, because, we're two different people. You might have gotten over it fast, but for me, it might take me 5 years. Okay? It might take me a little longer than you. So, let's do that. Let's put ourselves in other people's shoes. Let's be understanding. Let's be supportive. And our input is not always needed. Sometimes you just need to listen. Sometimes you don't have to always understand. Just listen and be there for that person. And that's all it takes, man. Pain is universal. Pain is universal because there's different levels to stuff, man. If someone passed away, if you lost a loved one, if you lost a romantic relationship, or whatever, everybody experiencing things on different levels. Okay, so what we think may be the ultimate level of love, a person might have felt something that superseded what we think love is. So, like I said, we live in our own movie and there's levels to this stuff. So let's be a little understanding, because you don't know the grieving process that another person is taking. You don't know how long it took them to get to the point that they're at. And just your little input and something that you said, can make them, backtrack, backpedal and go all the way back. You don't know what it takes to, for them to get to the mental state that they're at, where they're stable. It could have took a lot of work, a lot of tears, a lot of praying, just a lot of pain. And then, you think you're helping, but you say these little things that you say and you have a person spiraling out of control. So go back and listen to that, man. It's okay for you to still be grieving. I don't care if it's 5 years, 10 years, whatever. It's okay. I mean, this stuff doesn't have a time limit to it. Whatever it takes for you to get to a place of comfort, because some pain you can't get rid of. You have to learn to just exist with it, and that's okay. And I want you guys to know that. That's okay. So go back and tune in and listen to that. That's a good one. I want you guys to know when I, drop these episodes in this podcast, I'm trying to drop real life situations that people are really going through, people are really feeling. A lot of these people don't go to therapy. They don't feel the need to. They wasn't brought up on the idea of going to therapy. So you got that right in your ear. Put your headphone on, man. Turn it on in your car, whatever. I'm not a therapist, but, I have a gift of discernment. I'm a seer. I'm an empath. I know how to break things down and, things register in my brain differently than most people. So when you listen to it, you will understand it from a different perspective. It kind of slow you down and, it'll bring up things that you probably thought about and be like, man, I'm not alone. And that's all I want. We might even get to a point where you listen to that and say, hey, maybe it is time I go to therapy or whatever. And that's okay too, man. I'm hoping, we get some healing out of this. We get some understanding. I love you guys. And I'm not just saying that, man. Like, I really love you guys. When God told me to love my neighbors, I go above and beyond. I have a habit of seeing the best in people or whatever, even when they don't see the best in themselves. And that's just me. And you can ask anybody who knows me. This is not for show. It's not a gimmick. I'm a blunt person. I always have been. I'm not capable of beating around the bush. I like to get straight to it. So, this is honestly coming from me. I really love and I care for you guys, and I want you to find comfort and understanding in this. And I don't just do this for my health. God put me out here. God orchestrated me to get on here and talk to you guys. And it's time for you to be your best self. It's time. It is time for you to be your best self, man. As you see, life is getting shorter and shorter. People are leaving here a little faster. So it's time for you to get out there and put the excuses to the side. And that thing that's on your brain, that thing that you're dreaming about, that thing that you think about, it's time to get out there and do it. All right? And if you need my assistance, I'm one call away, I'm one DM away. Check out my website or whatever. I'm here, man. That's my purpose, and I'm here to fulfill it. All right? So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And, of course, you know what just happened to you. Do I have to say it? You already know, man. You just got stroked up. Bye.